Women, just because you can hook up with someone doesn't mean you're on their level, and certainly doesn't mean you can get commitment from them either. Moving on to point...
I just want to say this. I know to a lot of men that sounds, oh yeah, of course. Because men think that. They think if they hook up with Rihanna one time, or I don't know, I'm going to say somebody old, Cindy Crawford. I guess it's her daughter now. That's the one. I mean, some old stuff. So Cindy Crawford, they think they could, because they caught her down bad, or they caught her in a moment that is now their new love. Men don't think that. They actually think, I caught her at the right moment. She was down bad. She just broke up with her ex, or she's feeling a certain way, whatever. Men don't just assume now he is up here. He said, now I have the potential if I get my money up, if I do, but he's not. Men don't imbibe that that's my new standard. They still will start dealing with regular girls and marry regular girl. That was just a memory for, a story to tell for the ages. But we as women, guys, you don't understand. And this is where I think the disconnect is coming from. Women think sexual attention in a hookup means that they are now at that level, that is the new standard, that is their standard now, because a man will sleep with them. Because he will do that, this is why women will think that they're up here and above and better than average men. Even though we may be average women, we think we're above you now because, gosh, who's the guy who plays Thor? Whatever his name is. Thor came and knocked it in with that hammer. But Thor is like, you was just a skeet and retreat, or skeet and skedaddle.
All right. Wow. Listen, guys, let me explain to you. This is true. Okay. Now, many of us, I remember being in high school, and you'd have that girl who, she wasn't attractive, but some of the most popular guys were sleeping with her. And she did carry herself like she was better than everybody. She thought that, even though they did not like her at all. You understand? But you guys have to understand why this happens, okay? So my theory is this. The woman, all she has to keep up, per her thinking, is her beauty. And if he is willing to sleep with her, to her, she is good enough for him long term, because if he'll sleep with her, then she must be good enough, because she's worth having sex with. What else should she be doing? You understand? And so, because we don't raise our daughters to know what to know that they should give something in a relationship, a lot of times they think that just being there is enough. You understand? Now, women will use, of course, their aesthetics to lure their man, and this is where they base their validation on, right? Well, you can heighten that with makeup and certain things, correct? Well, consider this. Men lie to heighten their appearance to women. We'll lie about our money. We'll lie about where we've been, who we are, our careers, many things. The thing with men is we know we have to keep that up, because we know that in relationships, we have to deliver. That's something we must do. So if a man gets a woman who he feels like is out of his league, the reason he doesn't start to believe that he can get all women like that is because he knows where he truly is. He knows that he has to keep up the lie. If he tells her he makes a lot of money, if he tells her he has a great career, if he's lying to her, he can't pretend this too long. He can't bring her too close to him, because she'll know the truth. Do you understand? It's like, for a lot of reasons why some women don't want to take their makeup off in front of their man. You understand? Because to her, she would lose value. He would see the truth, so to speak. Her insecurities are about her appearance, and she'll think that he will have the same thoughts about her that she has about herself. So a lot of times she heightens her beauty due to her insecurities. Men liking her is validation that what she put on was good enough. So listen, family, when you have this happen, a lot of you guys will say, dang, why does the woman do that? Because for men that are her peers, who feel like you are on her level, well, why doesn't she want me? Because these other guys are in her face. You understand? Like, I wasn't one of the most popular kids in school, so I do know the popular kids was often with the girl I wanted to be with, and she wasn't playing me, giving me no play. And I think I was dating for what I thought was my speed. I wasn't trying to date what I thought was out of my league. With that stuff, I just kind of had a crush on those girls. I wrote Jamie a letter in high school. She ain't paying no attention. You know, I don't even call you out like that, but it was at different schools. I sent the letter through someone to her school. Not that she should have paid attention. I'm just saying I didn't walk by her every day and try to talk to her because I did go to school with you for a long time in middle school, and I never talked to you because I felt like you were out of my league. I wasn't mad at you for that, but for me, when I looked in the mirror, it didn't tell me I could get someone like you. No. Now, a lot of people live in that. A lot of men live in this world. We'll be like, shoot, bruh, nah. And a lot of times the reason we won't approach a woman is because we think that it's about looks. Because you hear these terms, Chad and Jody and stuff like that. And Chad's supposed to be a good looking guy and women's supposed to want the Chad. You know what I mean? And so guys want to look good for women, but we at the same time we kind of know where we kind of believe where we stand, so to speak. We believe our reality. So when I was young, I didn't have all the nice clothes and things like that. And so for children that age, they treat you like you're nothing if you don't have those clothes, even though the children aren't buying the clothes for themselves, their parents are. Children who have a lot of nice clothing, they are automatically popular. They have to be really corny in their personality to not be one of the popular kids if they have the clothes. So don't think it just happens for women. It happens for men too. You'll see men get dressed really nicely by their parents and wear the nicest shoes and Jordans and things like that growing up in school. With us, it was Boss pants and Inichi and Fubu and stuff like that. And I couldn't afford that stuff, but the kids that could it was synonymous with being popular, right? And those boys were synonymous with being handsome, regardless of what they looked like. And a lot of those guys, honestly, didn't turn out to be much. They had low discipline because they got a lot of the girls because of how they dressed, but they didn't buy those clothes. And somewhere along the lines, they thought they didn't have to work to get the stuff that they were getting. And at the time in high school, they didn't have to work because those girls' parents were taking care of them. Now those same men are grown and can't figure it out. Spoiled is what we call it, family. Right. If you give someone a lot of things, they start to think that they deserve those things. Entitled is what we call it, family. Do you understand? And so what I try to say is this. If a woman is high on herself because of the attention that she's gotten from Chads or the popular men or what we call high value men, if she's high in herself and she doesn't choose you, she is absolutely right not to choose you. Nobody's ever wrong, family. People are only responding with who they are. So even you men, for you, you might have said, I met a woman in my life who was amazing. And at that state in my life, I didn't choose her. And you might say she's the one that got away. I did her wrong. And you might forever blame yourself, but you were right not to choose her. You didn't deserve her at the time. See, she's right not to choose you, even if it's because she don't deserve you. Sometimes a woman will go out with a guy and she'll know that what he expects, she can't keep up. So she'll leave that guy alone because she'll say, wait a second, I'm not good enough for this man. Or this man expects too much from me. Whatever word she puts it in. You understand? And so you'll say to yourself, dang, she's wrong. I had every intention to give her an amazing life. She's picking the wrong one. She's leaving a person who really likes her, who really was going to be faithful to her. She doesn't deserve you, and she knows it. She even told you, you're too good. You're too nice. I want someone that's bad. Because in her mind, she doesn't feel like she deserves that. Do you understand? Or wants that. You understand? So she's right not to choose you regardless of how good you are. And that's what you got to understand. So a lot of times we project onto them and say, well, you got bad choices. You're making bad. No, she's not. She's making her choices. She's choosing her. And so are you. Right. You are choosing everything that's happening to you, believe it or not, family. Okay? So don't be upset with her. If she doesn't choose you, she is right. If you don't choose her, so are you. We are all the experience. We are all happening. We are all making the choices that most suit us at that moment. We are who we are. We can't help it. So I don't want you guys looking back in the past saying, dang, you know, why am I not being chosen? It's okay. You understand? But just know that that's where that comes from, family. She has increased her value because she felt like people were willing to pay more for her. And not in high school, it's not paying more. It's the guy that she deems popular. And with messing with him, she gets clout or a social boost. Do you understand? Validation. And so when it's not high school, it's those things, but now it's money and what he'll do for her. So for her, if one man, say some celebrity, will come to town and he'll sleep with her, she might start thinking she's better than people in her own town. And I've seen women do that. They start thinking they too good for the men that they live around. How are you too good for the people that live right where you are, make the same money you make? See, it's like you done tricked yourself. And now all of a sudden you're chasing that guy. You think that you start saying, I'm going to wait for a guy like that. And so every other guy is not worthy of you. And when you do that, you're right. You have every right to behave how you want to. It's like we can't condemn women for waiting until they can get the best man possible. And then at the same time saying, aim high, shoot for the stars, never settle.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, now if she says, well, I'd rather not do that and meet somebody I can build with, she's right for that. But if she is truly chasing somebody to take care of her, and she's truly monkey branching to some guy who can do more for you than she can, than you can, to do more for her than you can, she's right. I'm sorry. The choices that she make are her. Now, what are you going to do about it? That's the thing. If you stay with her, you right. I mean, you chose to stay and you're going to get what you're paying for. Do you understand? Don't blame people when they make their actions. Just you do what you need to do in the process of that. We don't need to be mad at people. You understand? I keep telling you guys, it's like getting mad that you're cold, getting mad at the room that you're cold. When someone does something you don't like, that simply shows you who you are by how you're responding to them in your soul. If what they're doing causes you to feel unhappiness, it causes you to feel pain, you know that situation causes you disease. There's no need for me to be angry at them for presenting to me the thing that caused me to learn myself. It's like it's no reason for me to be angry at the room for me being cold. I'm cold in this room. You understand? That helps me learn who I am. The person beside me might not be cold. See, the thing that you call toxic, another person might call home and peace. You understand? So if someone's like starting arguments with you, in your mind, you might get mad because they keep starting these arguments. That you're mad that they're making you mad. But the fact that you're angry shows you, right? And then what you do with that is say, how am I going to respond from this? You understand? And how you respond from that also shows you. But you don't need to project anger onto the person for making you angry. You understand? Just remove yourself from the anger. What you focus on expands. So if you focus on the fact that this person made you angry, what do you think will come next? You're going to express that they made you angry and be angry about it. And then here we go. And now you're in exactly what you say you don't want, an argument. Because you were focusing on it. You understand? So don't focus on the women who are not paying you attention, family. Focus on the women who do. You understand? Don't settle. And what I mean by don't settle, it doesn't mean don't date someone beneath you or on your level. It means if it's not what you want, don't be with them. See, that's a lot of our problems. Men, do you date with purpose, or are you dating from a state of hunger, from desire, from lust? Think about this. Let's just say you want a certain type of woman, but now all of a sudden you're horny. Now you're just going to take what you can get. And a lot of men do that. We'll go to the club or go out and we got our eyes set on the pretty one, but then after that, we'll start going to the next one. And we know she's not what we want long term, but she's what we want temporarily. And sex, that's all you need from her that night. You don't need her to be productive in any other way other than to please you in that way that night. Well, she doesn't know that. She thinks that if you're willing to choose her for that reason alone, that means that you would be willing to be with her. But you would not be with her, and you know it. I know a lot of you guys who y'all sleep with anything, but you won't be with anyone. You won't go out with anyone. But y'all, man, if y'all come to somebody's house, the fishes stop swimming. I done seen it. I done seen some of y'all don't care. Y'all just be like, hey, when the lights go out, but y'all need to make this relate to our female counterparts that this does not mean a relationship. The fact that I sleep with you does not mean I would be with you. You understand? So if you want a relationship, family, you want to seek people with relationship qualities. Okay? So if a man wants a relationship, if he's only seeking looks, then that's probably why he's not getting what he wants from the relationship, because he didn't seek someone with relationship qualities. You understand? You're going to get what you're looking for. So you always got to make sure what you're looking for, you're focusing on. Do you understand? All right, family, that's it. Be evolution. Be the change that you want to see. No candle loses its flame from lighting another. And if you were, look at beautiful Jamie.
Oh,
And if you were to ever find yourself in the middle of chaos,
it's in that chaos that you find yourself.
that's right. Peace, family.